As the cold light of dawn creeps slowly across the grey canopy of clouds, a cold wind blows down from the mountains to the north, carrying with it the menacing smell of decay and death. You're all trying to desperately leave it behind. The lingering memories of the cave seem to wish to stay with you through every step of the Stranglethorns. You shudder, perhaps from the deep chill in your bones from the cold wind, or perhaps the crush of defeat and loss. Each step racks your battered bodies with pain, and the grimness of the landscape threatens to break your spirits further. Your beleaguered band moves steadily and painfully closer to the safe haven of Braskov. You have several long hours of travel ahead of you. Do you wish to travel in silence?
Yes, I'd say. Maybe.
Yeah, not really in the mood for a jaunty song.
Speak for yourself.
I knew you.
This is not the time for the horny bull.
No, I just thought this would be in case you guys wanted to discuss anything on your way out of the Stranglethorns. If not, we can continue on in a
I'm
depressed
just going to
silence.
concentrate on keeping all my blood in.
I think that's probably for the best.
Okay, so then, each member of the party, please roll 1d12.
Okay, so
Oh,
there's
no.
me in the camera.
Roll d20, you say?
D12.
D12.
Oh, I got a 4. I'm already burnt to shit, so.
Callum, what was yours?
Just a 1.
Just a 1. Okay.
So I'm glad I'm not a barbarian, because D12 is obviously defective.
Mm. Well, I'm using slightly different rules. After several long, painful hours of trudging through the Stranglethorns, the bleak landscape that surrounds you, you manage to reach the edge of the forest, back down onto the dirt path that winds along the banks of the Vlata River. The hidden sun is climbing closer to midday, and from here on the going will get easier. About 4 hours have passed. As you look north back along the dirt path, in the very distance you can just about make out Braskov Bridge. And feeling that you are out of immediate danger, it feels as if a weight has been lifted. Now you've breached the oppressive canopy of the Stranglethorns. You can hear the lapping water of the Vlata River as it flows slowly towards the sea. The wind changes, blows from the south. For the first time in long, long days, you can pick up the scent of nature. Wet grass. Stop for a second and listen. You can hear the chirping of insects, the occasional tweet of a bird, as it flies hurriedly from shelter to shelter. It's as if life has been breathed back into your surroundings. So how would you guys like to proceed from here? In your same trudging manner? Do you pick up the pace slightly?
Can we pick up the pace?
Yeah.
Still not in the mood for song.
Yes.
People's limbs can start flying off if we get up to a jog.
Pick up the pace slightly. It makes a little bit more noise.
A light
But the
canter.
going is easier. Your spirits are lifted ever so slightly. You can get a wriggle on if you want to.
I think we've had enough wriggling.
Ugh. I think we do need to move quickly, though. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm in a bad way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not great.
So for you, Torlek, the going has been getting rougher and rougher as you have descended down out of the Stranglethorns towards the river. And it's at this point that the pain in your stomach is becoming almost unbearable. But with your hearts lifted, you start off again towards Braskoff Bridge. You travel for just under an hour, and you are maybe only 3/4 of a kilometer away from the bridge when Arwen and those of you that have good perception, I haven't updated all your character sheets yet on my notes.
Mine's 60
Anyone with
passive.
decent passive perception.
Yeah, 18 because I'm observant.
Nice.
You notice something standing on the bridge. Looks to be about 6 feet in height and roughly humanoid.
Does it look like a figure, or?
Is it just a signpost?
Is it doing anything? Just standing there?
Yeah.
Let's just sacred flame it, just to be sure.
You can make a perception check. One of you can make a perception check. Or if you're all staring at it, one of you can make a perception check with advantage.
I just rolled a natural 20.
Hey!
Yeah, go on.
Godfrey, you can make out the form of what seems to be a human female with long, dark hair covering its face.
It's a goth.
It's a
Can't quite make out the clothes. What you do notice is that as you're moving towards the bridge, this figure seems to be moving towards your side of the river very slowly. And it is looking in your direction.
Okay. I mean, I'm not sure if I learned anything else to teleport you there. It's a girl.
Are we
Fear
within,
her!
are we within hearing distance? Like, could we shout hello and see what happens? Or
Yeah. You are about 700 meters away.
Oh, wow.
Is that
So-
within shouting distance? That's nearly a kilometer away.
Yep.
I'm just gonna wave.
500 meters, I think, isn't it?
That's half a kilometer.
I'm just gonna give a friendly wave. Just try and not look hurt and just sort of wave in its general direction. Hello. If it's looking right at us, you know.
I think 700 is just out of ice knife range, sauce guys.
So you can give quite a friendly wave. As you do so, the figure does not respond. It seems to be slowly moving across the bridge to your side of the river as you get closer.
But maybe someone just should
What I need
shout,
to know,
"I
do you
read."
stop or do you keep going?
I vote we keep going. We've got to go to Braskov, and if I
Yeah,
mean,
the
it
only-
look it's a girl coming from a safe place. Like, why are we so worried?
Does it look hurried? Does it look sort of, like it's rushing towards us, or is it just gliding towards us? Or
Yeah, are they like floating ominously across the bridge, or are they just walking? If they're floating, we're definitely not going that way, like that.
They do
100.
not seem to be floating. From your perception check, you can see that they are walking. One of you want to make an insight check for me, please?
26 perception check. She's walking.
Well, with the perception, you can see that she's walking. She's on the ground from quite far
Yes.
away. But
I
you're
mean,
not
that is
gonna
better than
get sort
floating.
of- You're not going to get any sort of notion as to her motive from a perception check. That would be an insight check.
I'll make an
Throw
insight
stones at
check.
her until she goes away.
I'll make an insight check. So I got +5. 23.
Nice.
23. With the 23, you can see that the figure is moving very slowly as a predator stalking prey would. There's an ominous tone in her movements.
Mm.
As you get closer and closer, you see that her head does not move from her fixated point upon your party.
Guys, this doesn't feel right. And I'm
Yeah,
going
I do
to
not feel good about this at all.
I'm going to make an effort to not look badly wounded. You know, stop walking hunched over and holding my stomach, just like, pretend to look, not weak, essentially. Don't look like easy prey.
So as you get closer and closer, you're about 1,000 feet away now, which is about 300 and something meters. You can see that the figure is very thin, has exposed arms which are very pale, bony, looks extremely malnourished. The clothing is torn and dirty. And they're almost at your side of the river, so you can't see the bridge that meets the side of the river you're on. There's a slight bend, which is obscured by the thick spined branches of the strangle thorns.
There's not like a well nearby or anything, is there?
No, there's not.
No. Or like a
So
Japanese
just
house
as the
with
figure
a horrible cupboard in it, maybe.
passes out of sight,
No.
Torlek, you get a very ominous pang of recognition. Just for a
She's right
second,
behind you.
What?
just for a split second, you feel as if you recognize this figure in the way that they're moving. And then they pass out of sight behind the copse of briars and spined branches.
Okay. I'm very kind of taken aback and on my guard and feeling vulnerable and not really sure how we should act here, guys.
Well, we don't have time to wait, so might as well press on.
I guess we just press on, man. We do need to press on. I mean, how much could one 6-foot girl fuck us up?
And you press on and round the bend, past the copse of briars. You can see where the bridge, where Braskoff Bridge meets your side of the river. The figure is nowhere in sight.
I just keep looking over my shoulder and keep staring around. I'm
Head on a swivel.
visibly uncomfortable right now.
With every step you take towards the bridge, the feeling of eyes watching you, of a malicious presence bearing down on you with a predator's gaze.
I'm just gonna
Gets
cast a
stronger
quick
and
bless on
stronger.
everyone, on some people. I think it's gonna be everyone but me, right? 3 people. So everyone gets blessed.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
It doesn't take you that much longer to reach the edge of Braskoff Bridge, and the first piece of recognizable construction that you've seen in 3 days. The first glimpse of civilization. And you can see that over the other side of the bridge, you can see the smoke rising from the chimneys of Braskov in the distance. It's about an hour away, which is fortunate for Torlek, as Godfrey, by your reckoning, he has about 90 minutes left before things get very dodgy.
Yeah, I'm trying to just shuffle everyone on, like,
I-
giddy up.
You coolly onto the bridge, start to cross. Torlek, the feeling of someone watching you intently intensifies as you get about halfway across the bridge.
It's just Torlek that feels that.
Just Torlek.
I'm gonna stop and turn round. I want to
You
know where
turn
this is coming
round.
from.
The haggard form of a female with long, bedraggled hair hanging over her face stands just on the edge of the stranglethorns at the other side of the bridge, watching you, swaying slowly from side to side.
Do I recognize who it is?
From this distance, no. The hair is hanging down over her face. As you stand staring at her, right arm slowly raises, points right towards you.
I can't just walk off. I've got to go and look closer.
It's just
Good.
tempting you. Just leave it. Who
No,
cares what it is?
As you take a
I
step
care
forward,
what it is. Like I have to see.
the arm curls and the hand slowly begins to beckon you towards her.
But don't go over there, man.
No, you don't.
If he starts to leave, I'm gonna try and grab him by the back of the armor.
Have you noticed?
My passive perception's 16, so I think I'll notice him stop when we're all hurrying on.
Yeah, just wait, just wait. Everyone wait, because
You don't
We-
have time to wait.
Yeah, if anyone shouldn't be waiting, it's you.
Yeah.
look, I don't understand, but on the off chance I know who this person is, I need to at least see up close who it is, and I don't want to go on my own, especially in this state.
That didn't exactly work out for Sindri, did it?
As you've turned, are you returned to say this, or do you keep your eyes on the figure?
I'm keeping my eyes on the figure. I'm not letting her out of my sight. I'll just sort of
slowly beckoning.
just sort of like beckon to the guys, like, come on, we don't have to go into the Stranglethorns. I just need to know who it is. Come on, and start like close it. I don't want to go like right up to the person. I don't want to go into the Stranglethorns. I just want to move closer so I can work out if I know this person.
I don't think we should
You
go
begin
there.
to walk back across the bridge towards the beckoning figure. You notice as you take a step forward, she takes a very small step backwards towards.
Definitely not.
No!
Let's go back down.
No, fuck her.
Yeah. If
she's
Torlek's
worth it,
not
she'll
leaving,
wait.
I'm gonna pick him up and take him into town. It's like a clear trap.
Torlek, what do you do?
Just shout, wait, don't go, and take another step towards her.
All right. Nope.
Takes
We
a
grab him.
step backwards and begins to beckon you. Some more.
Grab.
Okay. Are you going to resist the grab, Torlek?
Well, I'm not gonna like wrestle with him, but I'm not gonna let him pull me back. But I'm not gonna like try and fight him off me. I'm just gonna sort of gently resist.
I'm not being that gentle.
That's going to be a strength check from you, Godfrey.
Oh, cursed. Well, only rolled a 3, but I've got +4, so what? 7.
Am I
I
contesting
mean,
strength?
I'm not in top
Oh.
fighting shape at the minute, to be fair.
Well, neither am I exactly.
I'm like, oh, fucking, don't go over there.
So that was sorry, what was the roll?
A 7.
7. Okay.
Am I contesting
You
this
managed
or?
to stop. You said you were resisting gently, so I would say he managed to stop you from walking any further forward.
Where is she headed?
As
Is
you
this?
stop, you stop.
It's clearly trying to draw you back into the woods, and you don't have the time for that.
Yeah. What happens if we all take a step back towards Braskov? Does she follow us then?
Try it.
If you drive Torlek back a step, and you keep, do you keep your eyes on the figure or not?
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to lose this person.
I'm not looking at this.
Well, you see that as you are dragged a step backwards, she stops where she is.
Fuck.
She's still beckoning towards you.
Just find out who it is worth your life.
If it's
If
who I
is
think
even
it is,
anyone at all.
if it's who I think it is, it fucking is. You need to trust me and come with me, please, all of you. We need to find out who this is.
So who do you think it is?
I think it might be Yen, who is the reason why I was in Braskov in the first place. She's more important to me than living. We need to find out if this is her. It's been a while since I've seen her, and she doesn't look like her, but it might be, and I can't let the opportunity to find her slip through my grasp. I mean, I have no idea why she would even be here. But even if it's a small chance, I can't just let her go.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not prepared to let everyone else here die to find out who this spectre is.
I'm just
I
I
mean,
think you should make a wisdom saving throw, please, Torlek.
wisdom save. Fuck. That's 5. 14.
14. You feel a compulsion to go towards the figure. In a whispered voice in your mind. Come back to me, Torlek.
Yeah, that's it. I'm wrestling with Godfrey. I'm fucking trying to pull
So as
free
you
of it.
begin to wrestle with Godfrey, the words ring over and over in your head. And with your wisdom save of 14, you realize something's not quite right there. If you got higher, you would have intuited more. You just get the feeling that something isn't right.
But look, something's wrong. Yes, but
Yeah.
what?
It's trying to drag you into the wood that nearly killed us in the first place.
Yeah, man, this
It
is a strange
teleported
place.
past us.
Funny.
Remember that? About just 5 minutes ago?
I'm sorry, I won't be dissuaded. I have to know. And I'm
I'm gonna look at everyone else and see what they think. And I'm gonna like kind of gesture that I might just clock them if people are up for it.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost one friend in this woods. I'm not losing another. I'm sorry, Torlek, but not today.
okay. Realizing that all of my friends are gonna stop me from doing this, like I'm looking even more pallid than I was before, and really starting to freak out at this point. And I'm just gonna shout, just Yen, just like, and sort of put my hand out to as though trying to just will her to come this way.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, okay.
My heart is pounding.
13. 13.
13. You can see the figure takes a jolting step forward and then stops. Its hands lift towards his face, shaking. And then there is a pained she blurs with this unnatural speed, dissipates into dust.
I'm just staring at where she was, like physically shaking, like I'm struggling to process what's just happened, like traumatized. And then I realised that struggling against Godfrey is actually very, very painful in the pierced stomach, so I'm going to stop trying to wrestle with him.
I'm gonna keep a hand on him, but not like I'm not grabbing him anymore, just in case.
By your reckoning, Godfrey, he's maybe got about 70 minutes
Time to go.
now.
Pushing towards it. Let's go.
Okay. Urged on by your friends, you turn away from the spot. Strangely familiar apparition was
We're coming back, okay?
Braskov.
Promise me we're coming back.
We'll go back.
Sure.
Well, yeah. Not very convincing, but yeah.
I'm in no state to argue.
Ushered on by the severity of Torlek's injuries, you managed to make a good time reaching Braskov's southern gate in just under an hour. The familiar smells of wood smoke, the tanners, and of course, the heady smell of hops from the Golden Stag greet your nostrils with a welcoming embrace. You step forward over the threshold into Braskov itself, and the air feels warmer. Hairs on the back of your arms stand up. It's as if your limbs have been numb. You begin to tingle, like the feeling is beginning to come back into them. Like you already begin to feel a little bit better, but the pain in your stomach is still very severe. It is midday. The streets are fairly busy. There are people moving around, doing their day-to-day business. You can see some familiar faces, those that you do not know the names of, but have recognized and have seen before, moving around in the streets. Some of them stop and turn in your direction and give you a wave, and you see their faces turn from a look of welcome to a look of concern for the state of your party. And those that do manage to see you stop where they are. Just watch as you move through Braskov. You've made it home. Where would you like to go?
Directly to the church, please.
Church of many hills, please.
Please.
So you make your way through the familiar, comforting streets of Braskov. Back to the sturdy stone and timber walls of the Chapel of the Fallen. Its doors are open, and the light of hundreds of candles gives the inside a warm, comforting glow. And you can see the small form of Torlek Bolyai shuffling around the interior with a long taper, tending to the candles. He hasn't noticed your presence yet.
Are we still outside, do you say?
Yeah, you're just on the in the entryway.
I'm just gonna bang on the door on the way in.
As you bang on the door, Torlek turns. Smile spreads across his face. And then he recognizes the severity of your situation. His expression changes very grievously, and he rushes forward towards you all.
I'll point at Torlek and tell him exactly what it was that was wrong with him.
So he rushes forward and says, my friends, what has happened? You look dreadful. And then he immediately follows Godfrey's gesture to look at Torlek, and he goes, "By the lady, what has happened to you? Please tell me. Come in, quickly." He beckons you all inside. You look like you have been through the hells.
There's no time for the tale yet.
What has happened to Torlek? Torlek, he gestures you, come to the back, to one of these stone benches. Sit down. Please take off your armor. Help him get his armor off. I need to see the wound.
I'll just sort of comply, you know. Feeling a bit too weak and feeble to help, but just sort of like move my arms so they can get to straps and stuff.
So with several of you helping, it takes scant minutes to get Torlek's battered armor off. As they do remove your breastplate, the pain in your stomach erupts like fire. As you look down, all of you can see Torlek's stomach is swollen and distended. And there's every dark, greasy stain on his shirt over where the wound is. So Teleki looks at the wound, produces a small, sharp, wickedly sharp knife, and begins to cut your shirt away. And he peels back the greasy flaps of fabric to look at the wound, which you all now see is oozing with his greeny yellow pus.
Oh, that's bad.
So that he rocks back on his haunches, as he's now kneeling down in front of it and goes, "By the lights, this is one of the worst wounds I have ever seen."
Can you heal it?
I cannot heal it with magic. It's outside my skills. I can heal it by practical means, but I will need help. I will need to operate.
Okay.
He looks at you in the eyes, Torlek, and goes, "Torlek, this is dangerous. It is the only way that I know that will at least give you a fighting chance. You have a day in this state before you are overtaken by sepsis and you will die.
If it's the only way,
What
it's
I'm
the only
suggesting is
option.
that I will have to cut open your abdomen,
Oh,
clean out the infection, and then suture the hole in your stomach.
there's
You're in pain now. This procedure will be some of the worst pain you will have ever felt. We can try and mitigate it with magic if you are able to help." And he looks at you all. "I could use all of your help in this."
I mean, I've got +6 to medicine, so I can probably help him with the surgery as well.
Wonderful. That is good news. That's good news. Okay.
I think before we start, I think I can cure my thing with Lesser Restoration now that we're in hallowed ground.
Your...
If it's a disease. Which that cures.
It is a disease, but it is a very nasty disease.
I'm just sort of nodding along with what Teleki's saying, and just sort of say, "Look, if it's the only option, then it's what we have to do." And there's no group of people that I would be happier to trust with my life. We've saved each other a lot already, so please do try and help and do your best. And if you don't succeed, then no hard feelings, all right? And just try and smile, yeah, grimace.
Yeah, I'm going to say, with your acute knowledge of medicine, you will be... If you give me a medicine roll with your lesser restoration, we'll see if you manage to focus the spell.
Oh, I rolled another natural 20.
Outstanding. Okay,
Nice.
This dice only goes to 20 and 3, turns out.
23. So you remove the part of your armor to get to the wound, which you can see is still festering. You focus, bringing forth vision of the light. Draw forth your magic and force it down very acutely into the wound. Your entire body warms. Your muscles relax. There's a split second of concern as the last time this happened. Blood erupted from all of your orifices, but The wound fizzles out. The pus runs away, sizzles off your skin. And you can take a large, deep breath. You have cured the infected heart disease.
Take a deep breath. Crack my knuckles. Alright, let's get started.
Torlek, he goes, I have a bed in the back that will have to make do. For this, it has been a long time since I performed any type of operation. I have not had the need to.
That's what you only hear from the surgeon.
I will not lie to you, I cannot lie to you. This is a very dangerous procedure and there is a chance that it will end your life. But it is the only chance that we have at saving it. So, please, and he gestures into his private quarters in which there is a bed set up. Looks to be Torlek's personal bed. He says, please lie down on here. Okay, I will need something from all of you to help. I will need to concentrate on what it is that I am doing. So I will need someone to hand me my equipment so that I can keep all of my focus on the wound so it does not tear and I do not nick anything. So I need someone to be very precise to hand me the equipment that I need when I need it, when I ask for it.
I
He
do
looks to
that.
you, Godfrey. I believe that with your knowledge that you can help me stem the infection.
Okay.
I will need, this sounds silly, but it helps me concentrate. I will need music. They look to you, Locono, and says, do you know anything calming?
Unlikely.
I know some common tunes, you know. I can play something a little somber.
No funeral marches, eh?
He looks to you, Jess, and says, you seem to be familiar with the arcane. May I inquire as to what spells it is that you know?
Just burn his stomach out.
Yeah, so I'm not cauterizing anything. Message, prestidigitation, mending, firebolts, and then I've prepped ice knife, magic missile, fog cloud, burning hands, mage armor, and levitation.
Wonderful, wonderful. With your knowledge of magic, you can help keep the area clean with prestidigitation.
That I can do.
So
And I can put
will
your shirt
tell
back on you after.
That would be, I think, Torlek would quite enjoy that. I will tell you what it is that I need you to remove. I will need you to remove it quickly and cleanly. And then he looks to you, Arwen, and he goes, finally, I'll need someone to hold him down.
Aren't I knackered? Yeah, no, I don't mind holding them down. I just thought I was covered in burn.
You are?
Would cure wounds and stuff do anything against their burns now that we're like in hollow ground and stuff, or no?
The cure wounds would help prevent infection, but with second degree burns, it is to completely heal it. It requires quite a big spell.
Yeah. Well, that's as good as I've got. But yeah, I
So,
can't do anything for you right now.
It's alright. Well, if I'm up for it, then I'll hold them down. We'll try.
so what it is I will ask for you is to put one of your arrows in his mouth for him to bite down on, to hold that in place, and hold his neck and shoulders. And he looks to you, Torlek, and he goes, and for you, I will need you to be as still as you possibly can.
I'll just give a sort of pale-looking nod and put my hand on his shoulder and say thank you for trying to help. And I don't know if I've got it in me to cast guidance on him, but if I can, I will, sort of thing.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah,
That
what is
will help.
blessed do? Again?
That will help.
Attack roll or save and throw, that's not gonna help. Never mind.
Okay, guys, so as you probably guessed, this is going to be a skill check.
Well, I just rolled a 20, so be prepared for the 3.
So we will need 4 successes. You will each be rolling once. We need 4 successes before you get 3 failures. On the 3rd failure, Torlek will expire.
So no pressure.
No pressure at all. So, Godfrey, need a medicine check of you, please.
12.
12. Okay. Leo, a performance check of you, please.
Indeed. I'll be 12 as well. So-
Okay.
Okay. We're doing this is a slightly different type of skill check. Jess. An Arcana check of you, please.
Okay. Oh Jesus, that's a 7.
Okay. Arwen. Strength or dexterity, your choice.
Let me just double check. Dexterity or strength, was it?
Yeah. You're either gonna dexterously
Yeah.
tie him, like wrap him up in a lock, or you're going to just push down on him. Strength.
D20, yeah.
D20.
15.
15.
Either, they're both plus 2.
Okay.
I like that the person that was the least confident about it just rolled the highest.
I just thought she was about to keel over.
So I'm rolling for Torlek with advantage. Okay, that's good.
Good for us or good for you?
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic for you or fantastic for us?
He's like, I've removed the stomach perfectly. Wait, did I not mention I'm a necromancer?
Okay. So, Torlek, you've cast guidance, which has helped in numeracy, helped a lot. There we go. So, Torlek leans forward, brings forth his table of instruments. So I've rolled for him. There's enough. And he looks forth a wickedly sharp, small scalpel-esque knife. He says, okay. Torlek bites down on that arrow. Think of loved ones or the light, whatever it is to calm your mind. This will hurt like nothing before. There's a blinding pain, Torlek, as Torlek plunges the scalpel into the middle of your wound and begins to slice. Expertly, of I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oof. Okay. I'm just
So I could have cast Bless.
like through the fucking arrow shaft. Oh god. That will be 4.
4.
Well, Bless would know.
Okay. So, as he begins to cut in, the pain is such a sudden shock that you jolt and move. Torlek's scalpel slips slightly and he cuts deeper than he was meaning. He goes, "Oh, Torlek, please, try and remain still."
Just knock him out.
Sweat begins to appear on Torlek's brow as he finishes cutting. Gets a small set of forceps. Peels aside the skin of your stomach, exposing your insides. The scene is grisly. Some of you are battle hardened. You've seen the inside of humanoids before. What you see in Torlek's torso is covered in a black, oozing pus, which is mixing with a green and yellow fluid spurting from an open wound in Torlek's stomach. So he looks to you, Jess, and he says, "This clears this away." And Torlek, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That's better. That's 15.
Wonderful. So, Jess, you clear away expertly all of the vile, infected juices, leaving clean cavity for which Torlek can now operate. Torlek, you managed to stay still during that. Torlek now plucks a small fish hook-like needle and threads it with a very fine silver thread. He looks at you one last time in the eyes and says, "We all need to pray now." Leo, the music, please, if you will. Like Torlek, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw, please.
Try some chill music.
Okay.
Some chill out vibes.
Tune.
Very jaunty to sew his stomach back up again.
Slow.
Nice. Come on, Torlek, what was the roll?
7.
7.
His air funny.
So as he begins to sew, he's coming back together. Godfrey, you're watching Torlek, his hand shake as he pulls the needle and thread free, but then as he goes to plunge it back into Torlek's stomach, his hand is rock. It's not moving. And threads and sews and sutures expertly. It's grisly, but the hole in Torlek's stomach is repaired. Finally, he folds the skin of Torlek's stomach back into place. Rethreads the needle and begins to sew again. Looks at you, Armin, and says, "This is where I will need you to hold him. This is very important. If I nick anything now, it may be too late, as I sew above his colon.
Oh god.
So, Torlek, a final Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, just staring pointedly at the ceiling. You can hear the kind of the wood of the shaft just kind of crunching.
When he says we should pray, I'll cast bless on Torlek.
15.
My prayer. So you got a D4 to add
15.
as well.
Well, if you've blessed me, then yeah. 16. Woo!
I guess the phone.
So he manages to sew Torlek's stomach up with a perfect suture. And when you feel Torlek begin to tense up as if he's about to move, you manage to hold him in place. You hear the wood snapping on the arrow as Torlek grits his teeth against it, scrunches his eyes closed.
We're over the worst of it. Stop.
With the final pull of the thread, Torlek cuts. He looks at you all and says, "Now please, all of you, place your hands above the wound. Do not touch it, just place it above the wound. Put your hands on top of each other."
Okay.
So he puts his hand to start. Asks each one of you to put your hand on top, and then he closes with his hand on top of it. Now repeat after me, everybody. Bathe in the light. Bathe in the light and be healed.
Bathe in the light.
Bathe in the light and be healed.
Bathe in the light, be healed.
Light and be healed.
I need every single one of you to make a religion check for me, please.
Fuck you, dice.
Woo! 21.
Is that? Oh, just a D20, yeah?
Super.
I have no religion.
Well, it's just an each
Oh, I
one.
got a 17 on you. Okay. I'll make up for my 0 of my religion.
24 for Torlek.
6. I've forgotten all of my religious teaching. Too many brain injuries.
Yes.
Is that a 14, Jess?
Yeah, 14.
So with the final roll of the dice, with everything that you guys have done, you have set the DC for this roll as to whether the operation works or not. You all feel a heat build up in your hands. There's a white glow emanating from the center of your pile of hands above Torlek's wound. It builds, builds, and builds. It seems to throb gently, in time with your heartbeats. Lasts a few seconds and then dissipates. Torlek takes a deep breath and exhales. Give me some space. Give me some space, please. Beckons you all to move away from Torlek. He moves to your head and see him. He thumbs open each one of your eyes, stares deep into them, moves a finger back and forward. You follow it with your eyes. He turns to you all. It has worked. It has worked. We have repaired the hole in his stomach. We have sped on his healing. But he will need at least a day of bed rest before he is able to move around without rupturing the sutures. Thank you all for your help. I could not have done that without you. Your friend would not be here right now if you did not all care about him so much.
I'm gonna weakly croak out a thank you as well.
Looks you in the eyes and smiles. Whenever I have a crisis of faith in the future, I will remember this moment. With all of you here in my temple. Would you like to rest here, Torlek, or would you like to rest as a golden stag? You're welcome to stay here as long as you need.
If it's all the same to you, Torlek, I think I'll just lie here.
Wonderful. So with that, your pierced stomach has been cured,
Woo!
as has your infected heart disease.
Thank fuck for that.
So, the entire operation, you were there an hour and a half. It was done quite quickly, but expertly. You'll sort of relax as you've been tensed up over Torlek's broken form. And now Torlek turns to the rest of you and goes, I see the rest of you have wounds as well. I don't have the physical strength for any more operations, but I can see what I can do. To heal you is what strength I have left. So those of you that have festering wounds, Torlek will heal them. For Arwen and for Torlek, he says, I have some things that will help with your burns. It is an ointment that needs applied twice a day. It will aid the healing and prevent the infection. So if you apply it twice a day, it will heal your burns within 3 days. But while you're applying it, the ointment itself is sort of like
Extremely flammable.
a very thick yellowy white sort of paste, and it stinks of herbs. It smells very, very heavily of herbs. So while you two are applying this, you're going to have disadvantage on stealth checks. So you've got disadvantage on stealth checks for the next 3 days. If you take any fire damage in the next 3 days, you'll still advance 1 level of burns. So Torlek, you will go to 2nd degree burns, and Armin, you will still go to 3rd degree burns. So it's only on the 3rd day that is mitigated.
I already have disadvantage on stealth checks because I wander around in scale mail, so...
You would have -5 as well then.
Okay.
So you have -5 also. Now, finally, he looks at you, Jess. He stares at your eyes.
Oh Christ, I forgot about this.
Now I know I'm getting on in years, and my memory may not be what it used to be, but your eyes were not always silver, was it?
No, they were not.
What happened? What has changed? If you do not mind me asking.
We hit a spot of drama in the woods, and I came away like this. I'm not sure how. It doesn't hurt. If anything, I see better.
So this was done to you?
I think so.
What?
At this point, Jess is trying to think of a not awful way to describe the creepy lady with a mouth for a face.
Siren, right?
Yeah,
Mist Maiden.
that's the one. Yeah, there was a mist maid, and she got me a little bit.
Mist maid. Do not know much about them. They are more myths than they are known entities. I've never actually met anyone. He stops. No, wait, I have. No. Zavoy. He knows. He knows. If you will wait here, I will fetch Zavoy. Maybe he can shed some light on your arts. If you are interested.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to know what is going on here.
Please make yourselves at home. As I have some food and water and wine set aside. I was planning on having lunch, but you are all welcome to it, to what I have there. I'll be back in a few moments. And he sort of clasps each one of you in the hand. So good to see you again. And just as he reaches the door, he turns back around and goes, Where's the small one? Where's Sindri? Top of Sindri. It's not with you.
Yeah.
Godfrey just sits down in the chair and stares. Glassy eye.
Sindri won't be traveling with us anymore.
You see Torlek's face drop. Tears well up in his eyes. And he takes a step back into the room, puts a hand over his heart and just, Oh, my friends, I am so sorry for your loss. We'll fetch the voyant and we will light a candle for Sindri. Guide his way through the village. Please take all the time that you need here. He nods and walks out of the main doors and sort of turns to the right up towards the north end of town. So you guys have got a couple of moments, again, if you want to talk about anything. Is there anything you want to achieve while you're here? You've got about 5 minutes. If you want to talk amongst yourselves, or you just want to sit in silence.
I think maybe I owe the rest of you, particularly after that, perhaps a little bit of an explanation.
Hello, boy.
I was here when I first met you to talk to Tavarna because... And this... I know I can trust all of you not to let this leave this room. What do you know of the Order of the Deaf? You know, the one that was supposedly vanquished single-handedly by King Caerwolf, according to that piece of shit propaganda book that we found. And just sort of trying to find a comfortable position in the bed. Just it's not gone. We're not gone. And we're devoted to not hearing those whispers. Hence the name. And, well, as you can see, I'm not the biggest guy. I was afflicted by something pretty bad. A wasting illness. It nearly took me. I was on my way out, and Yen, my betrothed, she made a deal when there was nothing else to be done to heal me. And she heard a whisper, and she turned her back on the order and on her own principles for me, and I recovered, but now she's gone and I don't know where, and that's why I was here. To speak to Tivana, to try and find her, and try and find a way to undo whatever sort of horrible pact, magic, and thraldom that the Lord of Whispers inflicts on people. I've not seen her in a very long time. I've been looking for her, and any way to find any information about how to undermine all of this. I'll just sort of gesture vaguely in the direction of the Stranglethorns. Sorry, I lost control of myself a little bit, but if there's even the slightest chance that I can find her or help her, I have to try. Especially after what she did for me. I realise that's a lot. But if you can't trust the people that just saved your life for the 5th or 6th time, who can you trust?
Seems you dropped quite the bomb on your party there, Torlek.
Makes a change from Giselle. Way. Couldn't help it.
So an awkward few moments pass before the small form of Torlek reappears around the door, followed by another gnome. But this one has a shock of fiery orange hair, an eye patch over his right eye, and his left eye glows with a very faint green aura. The iris itself is the most brilliant green any of you have ever seen. He is dressed in rough adventuring gear of greens and browns. He has a freckled face and a devilish smile. And Torlek comes around the corner and goes, "Jivoy, these are the ones that I've told you about." And then he points to you, Jesse, and he goes, "She is the one that has had the encounter with the Mist Maiden." And with a weird cat-like grace, Jivoy moves up towards you wordlessly. Just stares into your eyes. Yes, I have seen this before. The eyes. Tell me, Jess, were you bitten?
Yeah, I was.
Lucky for you is that you know Jivoy. Tell me, have you ever heard the old rhyme of the siren's bite?
The bards didn't sing that one in my hometown.
So he looks at you again. He goes, on darkest night, when wet with fright, evil's delights the siren's bite. Heat root, wild blood, and silver pure. Quick moon is your only cure. Now lucky for you, the boy knows how to make the quick moon. It is your only chance to cure what it is that you have. The only problem is that we require the heat root to make the cure. And the heat root only grows in the Hagsmire. When were you bitten?
3 days ago.
Okay, so we have 5 days. Do any of you know what will happen in 5 days? And he looks around at you all, moving his head very cat-like. No?
What happens in 5 days?
In 5 days' time, when the moon is full, you will transform. Take on the form of the mist maiden. And you will go rampant about the night to feed. I think this is something that you wish to avoid, yes?
Yeah, at this point, Gisela's just gone white. Like, cannot think of anything worse. Just kind of looking between the others, going, I kind of need your help here, guys.
Yep.
We won't let it happen, Giselle.
This is good. So, I know how to make the quick one. Because you have been bitten for so long, so it is not 100%. Do not know if it is a certain sin. It is your best chance. It is the only cure. And if it does not work, then it will be the only way that you will keep your mind when you transform. There have been many tales of people that have been bitten. Few tales of those that have been cured. But I know of at least one person that has the disease and controls it with quick move. It did not work for them to cure, but it works for them to control. We need to set out for the Hagsmire as soon as possible. With Chevoy accompanying you, it will take 4 days to get there, which hopefully will give us at least 1 day to cure you. And then he looks to you, Torlek, in the bed and goes, will you be ready to go?
Torlek.
You will have to move quick and fast. And Torlek just standing there goes, yes, Torlek. Oh, by the lights, this is bad news.
Look, can you give me something so I can go and help? And I'm not and make me not a liability.
Yes, I believe that I can distill something rather quickly that will numb the pain, but you will have to be very careful that you do not tear the stitches in your stomach.
Okay.
Will he recover faster if he stays?
He will. With bed rest, he will recover quite quickly. I
Torlek,
give
I'm-
you the numbing tonic. It will allow you to move, but you will have to be careful.
Torlek, I'm not gonna ask you to do this for me.
You don't need to. I didn't need to ask you to clean out my stomach, did I? To let you make it. I'm coming.
I will make this. I will make this for you now. And you can see this just shuffles off immediately. You can hear he goes out into the next room around the corner. And you can hear sort of glasses chinking together. And he's like, "Oh, where is it? Where's the thing? I need this. Yes, this." You can hear him sort of start to gather bits and pieces. Then you hear a of flame bursting. It's an acrid smell as he begins to mix. Chavoy says, "Right, so when you are ready to leave, come find Chavoy. You cannot miss Chavoy's house. It's on the north side of the town. It is where all the animals come to get healed. Me and my wife lives there. You will note the wildflowers that grow around our door. Find Chavoy quickly when you are ready. Chavoy will take you to where you need to go. This I will do because you helped save the town. For any others, this is too much of a risk to Chavoy. But for you, I will do this.
Okay.
Okay, sir? Find me when you are ready." And he sort of sways out, saunters out of the church. You are left alone in the room. You have some time now in Braskov to resupply if need be, to eat, to sleep, to rest, talk to who you need to talk to. Is there anything else you guys would like to achieve while you are here in town?
Actually, while we're still here, I've got some broken ribs that I need to square away.
I need to go to Bathlin and I need to visit Madra. Obs. Can I post things from Bathlin's? Like a letter or a message or send something?
Yes, you have done so before.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I guess Godfrey just fell asleep in the 5 minutes.
Right, you've passed out from exhaustion.
Yeah.
Right, you've broken ribs. Yes. Okay. Now you're back in Hallowed Grounds. That's something that Godfrey can help you out with, or Peleki will be able to. Depends who you wish to be
What's
with.
up?
Cool. Yeah, I'll turn to Godfrey and say, "This is the day I'm asking for stuff."
Godfrey wakes up. I was just resting my eyes.
Giselle gives you like a look as if you've made the most distasteful joke she's heard all day.
He doesn't get it. What's up?
What do you want?
I just woke up. I mean, I was just had my eyes closed. What is it you want?
I've changed my mind. I'm going to ask Torlek.
Probably for the bed. I don't have any good spells left anyway.
Okay, so as you go next door into the small room, you can see Torlek is standing in front of this distillery apparatus with glass tubes and spiraling glass funnels. You see liquids boiling and bubbling, and he's currently crushing some herbs and other things that are making some interesting squelching and crunching sounds at the same time. He's in a pestle and mortar, and he's talking with him. Says, "Yes, this is it. This is what I need." He notices you coming and goes, "Giselle, what is it that I can do for you?"
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I know you're busy. I know we've already asked so much of you today. So, can you help with this? And I kind of like lift my shirt up a little bit so we can see I'm all bandaged up.
Lady. Oh, did not even notice this. My word.
Yeah, there's a lot
sorry.
going on. I think it slipped all our minds.
You were also battered. I did not realize.
No,
Let me look. And he starts to unwind the bandages. And you can see that your side is very purple and blue and discolored. Oh, you have. And he starts to poke your side. And you can feel him counting down your ribs. And then he gets a broken one. He's like, oh. And there's another, oh. You have, yes, you've broken
Do that.
3.
So
my.
many, just so many ribs.
Yes, yes, I should be able to handle this. You can see that his eyes are sort of in and out. He looks extremely tired, but he goes, yes. He rubs his hands together and he says, okay.
Fuse all your bones together.
He takes a deep exhale and you can hear him muttering under his under his breath. Bathe in the light.
I think someone else is also tired.
The light, and he's. You see, this is taking slightly longer, and as his hands sort of warm up, begin to glow, like his shoulders begin to sag.
Oh, jeez.
I like how you were like, oh, I'm not going to this guy who woke up. I'm going to go to this guy who's just fallen asleep.
Final exhale.
You were accidentally a
look
massive
down.
dick to me.
The bruising on your side is beginning to disappear. Skin tone is coming back. And you can take a deep breath without it hurting now. He goes, your ribs are back in place.
Okay.
Try to be more careful if you can.
Nice and battered.
Is there any way I can help now? That I can help you?
Do you know anything about herbalism or distillery? Alchemy?
I know a little bit about alchemy.
Good, wonderful. He says, yes, you can help, please. Let's have a. What is this going to be? What type of check is alchemy check?
Is this Jess trying to get immediately out of debt?
Hey.
No, I just feel bad, so I'm trying to be helpful.
Okay.
Intelligence with your proficiency.
Ooh, okay. Oh, cock. That's a 7.
Close up the church.
So he goes, yes, okay, right. Hand me the mercury. And he watches as you sort of hover over a few different sort of bowls with metallic shavings in. You pick up the one in the middle and hand it to him and goes, thank you for all of your help, Giselle. You know what? After such a huge trauma to the chest, I'd actually recommend bed rest for you, or at least a decent sleep in a comfortable bed for a night. But thank you for your help. It is very helpful. And he sort of takes the bowl off you and then puts it down to his left, and then goes
Never
back.
to be seen again. Yep.
But blatantly wasn't the mercury.
It was probably something green with leaves on.
Says, please, if you need anything else, please do not hesitate to ask. I'll do my utmost to help you.
I take the hint, say nothing, and leave.
Okay. So
Somebody
Al,
is still alive, to be honest.
Yeah.
you are after. So who are you seeing first?
I'll go to Bathlin first.
Okay. So make your way through the streets of Braskov. There's a few people in the street now recognize you and Owen, hello. How are you today? You get a few waves and a smile. A few people.
I'll
It's good
nod
to
and
see you
wave
again.
back, but I won't really chat.
Hmm. You make your way up to the warehouse, the familiar warehouse building of Bath's Barter. It looks to have had a fresh coat of paint, and in big white letters above the door. Now it reads Bath's Barter. As you walk in, you hear the familiar, "Come in, come in! If you break it, you buy it." And there's a, "Oh! Howard!" It is, "Oh my, you look like you've been through hell. What is going on with your skin? You're all red."
I might have been to hell. I'm still not sure, but I like the paint job. I need to get a few things done. I need to get them quickly. Could I? Well, first off, all those packages you wanted me to bring back home, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
I
Afraid so.
realized when you left the other day, I've taken them off Mother already. They're back in the storeroom.
Okay, cool. I was hoping that if you were arranging alternative transportation of those items, that you might carry a message for me back to my home.
Yes, this is something I will do. Yes, I have someone lined up to take the barley to Ula. I can take a letter for you too. That is something that, yes, we can do this for you for no cost. No cost.
That would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
This is what I like about you. When you are straight down to business, I ask about the red skin, and you just say, "Butler, I need a thing from you instead."
You don't
This is
need to
why
hear
we
the
get on so well.
You don't need to hear the sorry tale of me burning up my skin. I live. That's the important thing.
As long as you live and bring money my way, we will be fast friends for life. I know this. I know this well.
I think so too. So yeah, I have a letter actually.
You have
So it was
already
just
written it. See, you're so efficient. You should come work for me for Bar. Come work
I'll
for
bear,
Bar.
I'll bear that in mind if I want a quieter life. But otherwise, I need to buy some arrows too while I'm here because I'm nearly fresh out.
The arrows, yes, I have plenty of those. You know where they are down there. He just sort of gestures. He says, "Bert will not get out of his chair today. I do not feel like it."
No, I know where they are.
Yes, you know you've been here before. You know where they are.
One day we're going to come back here and he's going to have died of deep vein thrombosis.
He has a very comfy chair.
Yeah, so how much do I owe you for the arrows?
You can. There's a few quivers of arrows there. Where is? Let me see. So how many arrows do you pick up? Do you want one quiver, two quivers?
How much per quiver? Or how many arrows per quiver?
Oh my god, this is
20 usually, I think.
You get 20 arrows per quiver. It is 1 gold per quiver. It is 10 silver. I give you discount because we are friends.
That's very kind. I was gonna say I've got some kind of bartering thing. What the hell do I have?
Bartering thing? Well, you are in the right place for that.
But I can't.
Show me what it is that you have. I'm very interested.
I've got mercantile master.
Mercantile master, that is right, yes.
Yeah.
This is a thing that you are. So I charge you 2 gold for the arrows.
For
I'll
2
not
quivers.
charge you the letter.
So is it for 2 gold for 2 quivers and the letter's free?
That is good deal, yes.
I feel like I got arrows for a different price before. It seems a little
Think
steep.
did. Do you think or do you know?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Well then, why don't you make a persuasion check with advantage on old Bathlin?
Got a 10. And I don't know what my mercantile thing does.
Well,
We need
roll
to
again.
roll the dice again, and then you take the higher number. And then you
Oh.
add your charisma score to this.
How many times do I have to do it before this sinks into my brain?
Don't worry,
charisma.
Bathlin will tell you every time.
I have no +0, or I've got +0. It's 12.
Bah. Bah. Yes, you got 40 arrows for 1 gold last time. I'll do this for you this time, because we are friends.
Okay, cool. Deal.
Wonderful. See, you come in, you bring me business, you take gold out of my hands. It is a good relationship we have.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
1 gold piece for the arrows. They will shoot straight and true, I'm sure.
Here's your gold. I've got a donkey.
Bah, you should go see Madra. She looks like she has been lonely for 3 days. I fed her some carrots when
did?
I took the barley. Well, yes. No, I took the barley back. I fed her some carrots. I have, been singing to her in the evening to keep me company. I quite. She's a good donkey. I like Madra. Yeah, yes. I mean, I will buy. I will buy from you if you wish to sell.
Absolutely not. Thank you though.
What about 5 gold for the donkey? No?
No.
No? 7 gold? She is very
No.
good. I like.
You can visit her while I'm away if I leave her for free.
But this is good. This is a good deal. I will do this. I will keep her company. Are you planning on leaving again soon?
Maybe. Maybe.
Are you going somewhere interesting? Somewhere with things to sell or buy or finds? Do you take things to drop off for Bathlin or find things to sell to Bathlin?
If I find something to sell, you're the first person that'll come visit.
On this we will shake the hand to cement the deal. You have said it, now we have to live with it.
You're one of the first people I always come see, Bathlin.
On this we will shake the hands. Do you shake his sweaty hand?
And I wipe it off on my coat.
That is good deal. You find exciting thing you bring to Bathlin.
Will do.
This will be good. Nice. Okay, go say hello to your donkey. Get out now. I have pipe to smoke and whiskey to drink. If you're not going to buy anything else, you're now just loitering.
Alright, I'm off. Get my own
Goodbye, goodbye, Owen. Remember though, if you break it, you buy it.
Does that mean Jaseel has to buy most of our adventuring party?
Yay!
Whee.
I do not have enough gold for that. I'll pay you in laundry.
Okay, so you can walk the short distance from the warehouse of Bath Spartans to the stables behind the Golden Stag. There are a couple more horses in there than there were last time. Quite roughshod and raggedy looking things with very worn saddles on them. Large packs. Still got dirt from the road on them, and as you walk in, there's a young looking human boy, sort of rusty brown hair, sort of with one of those big horse brushes, sort of brushing the dirt off one of them in one of the stalls. He doesn't look up as you walk by, and you go to the end stall where Modra is waiting, and you get about five feet away, and it's just Modra's head just appears out of the stall, like around the corner, and sort of starts to flicker her ears at you. She watches as you approach.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go and get her carrot, and I'm gonna go into the stall, and I'm gonna sit down on the hay beside her until someone comes get me.
So as you hand her a carrot, she takes it out of your hand very thankfully and sort of gives you a gentle headbutt, rubs against you. And as you do, you can see that her harness, which has been freed of the trappings of the road that would normally mount the barley on, the small leather harness that she still wears is covered in little ribbons.
The hell's Bathlin been doing to you?
And as you sit down beside her, you notice that her tail has been braided.
Deeply concerned, but he doesn't seem to mind. So we'll leave these for now.
Mm.
At least that person was looking after him while I was away.
Is he a he or a her? I've been seeing her all the time.
I don't know. I automatically call most animals like he. I don't know why. But then if I committed to it being a guy, I'd start calling it a girl. I don't know why. I'm just really awkward with animals. Like, yeah, interchange.
Is Modra a male or a female name, or is it unisex? Is it an actual name?
Modra just means Modra means dog. But
okay, right. Roll a d20 then, Sharon. If it's above 10, Modra has a big old set of balls. If it's below 10, Modra is a lady.
Just
You sit down
a small set of
next
balls.
to the very pretty, covered in ribbons with the braided tail, male Modra. You find the
concerned about my donkey.
the familiar smell of hay and of Modra very comforting, and this is the first bit of peace that you've felt in a long 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
You will not be disturbed in the stall while you sit there, unless one of your party members decides to come disturb you. Speaking of, what are the rest of you doing?
Torlek's asleep.
I think
think,
I'd probably just lay on one of the church pews and went to sleep as well.
I think Leo's gonna go and have a pint to celebrate still being alive.
Wonderful.
Drink.
Yeah, Jess is going to go have a slightly sulkier pint.
The two of you, are you going to the Golden Stag?
Where?
Lovely. Okay. So you make your way over to the Golden Stag. It's midday. And you open the door, there's the roaring fire. And a wave of heat washes over you. The smell of very rich venison and red-coloured stew sort of wafting through the kitchen. And you can see the kind blue eyes and smiling face of Victor behind the bar, reading a small book. He cocks an eyebrow as you enter. You're the only ones in there except for himself. goes, it's been a few days since I've seen you. How are you doing? You look tired. As if you have seen some dark things. Let me pour you a drink and you can tell Victor all about them.
Anything new on tap, old boy?
He laughs at that. Looks and goes, Leo's the only new thing to come into Braskov of recent is you and your friends. So no. But I have some of that lovely golden ale that you drank, that you liked so much. He pours you a pint of that. He looks to you, Giselle, and goes, you look as if you want something strong.
Yeah, it's been a day.
He pours you like a darker ale. He goes, this will either make you feel better or get you so drunk you will not care. Slides them both over to you. Says, so the first one will be free on the house for the storage. The second one will cost you. Your rooms here are still free, though. I kept them clean and tidy and empty for your return.
Thank you.
Nice.
So you guys can sit and chat to Victor if you want. If you guys just want to chat and drink into the night, that's wonderful. If there's something in particular you want to say to Victor, then you can go right ahead.
I think we can just try and drink and be merry. Try and drown our sorrows.
Wonderful.
I'll drink, you be merry.
So, as you sit there and drown your sorrows, I've actually got some. Yeah, I think Victor would do this. So I will I'll read you a few lines of Victor's background while you drink. He will tell you about himself, just to try and lift your mood a little bit. He will say, "Did I ever tell you, either of you, the story of how I met Katiana?" No, I don't think I did. Since the town we were from, we used to have a dance every fourth moon to ward off the dark things, the hags and the ghouls and the gremlins and the things that creep in the night. Now, I'm not sure how effective it was, but that's by the by. Now, I used to be fat and spotty with greasy hair. A real looker. I know you can't tell now, I've grown into my face. But I had no hope with the girls. But then, as I stood on the wall watching everyone twirling and cavorting, and wishing it was me at the dance, I felt a tap on my shoulder, as light as a bird's wing on the wind. I turned, and there were two of the biggest brown eyes I had ever seen in my life. I was speechless. And she looked at me and she smiled and she says, "Can you dance?" And I said, "Yes, of course I can dance. Of course." I couldn't dance. I couldn't dance a step. But I leapt up anyway, and we went into this jig that was all elbows and knees, just flailing about like a fish out of water. And I thought myself the fool. But my Katiana stood there laughing, and she took my hands and just said, "Follow me and watch what I do." And you know what? I have been doing that ever since. And with that, you can while away the evening in the Golden Stag. You can all find rest and peace in the safe haven of Braskov. You sleep deep, exhausted sleeps. Your dreams are splattered and flickered with images of the cave, and of Papa, of the Stranglethorns, of Sindri. You toss and you turn, but you all awake in the very early hours of the morning, feeling rested, not quite refreshed, but there's a calmness now. Your first night away from danger. So the morning light greets you. Raskov is starting to get busy again. It's business as usual. The wind has stopped, as has the rain, and the air feels warmer than normal. So Modra sort of flicks you with his tail, her tail. What did we just decide on? His tail. Arwen wakes you up. Godfrey, you wake with Torlek, and Teleki sort of pottering about in the Chapel of the Fallen. And Jess and Leo awaken in the Golden Stag after spending a comfortable night in a warm, fresh bed.
Oh, good.
Well,
Breakfast
I'm heading down
ready?
for breakfast. Are you guys joining? Are you coming back?
Sausage casserole.
I'm gonna come inside, get some food, maybe check on, leave some money for Modra's care, since I've just been like leaving him here the whole time. I don't want to bring the marshes or whatever, wherever it was we're going.
You all convene in the Golden Stag, if that's what you all wanted to do, for a hearty
Godfrey's
breakfast
gonna
of
stay at the church for now.
salted gammon and eggs. Katiana will accept a gold piece off you for Modra's care. Torlek and Godfrey, your breakfast at the church will be a hearty bowl, sort of muesli, oats and dried fruit and nuts, drenched in apple juice.
Nice.
Teleki will sit there and eat them with you. You can see that the bags under his eyes are deep. It looks as if he was working quite late into the night. On the table next to him are 5 large flasks.
Well, Teleki, is that for me?
Yes, Torlek, this will help to numb the pain and make you feel more like yourself. But again, please, I must reiterate that even though you feel no pain, you feel like you can move around and jump and fight and swing, that you must take care. So if you rip those stitches while out on the road, well, then I will be lighting a candle for you too.
I really appreciate you doing this for me, Teleki. I would follow your advice, do as I'm told, and stay in bed, but I can't leave my friends to go into peril without at least trying to help. You're sure I won't be a liability with this? I will be in possession of all my faculties, yeah?
Yes, with this, you will feel no pain. And if we were playing some sort of game, you would be absolutely fine, but you would have to make a constitution check before you try anything in combat, just to make sure that you do not rip the stitches.
If we try anything.
Combat actions.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
A very low DC.
Better than be dead.
Yeah. Thank
So
you,
it's
Teleki.
it's only a DC 5 constitution check while you are drinking that, but the first time you fail, it will move to a DC 10. If you fail again, it will move to a DC 15, and if you fail a third time, then your stitches will open.
Okay. DC 5 increasing con check on combat actions. Thank you, Teleki. I really, really appreciate you doing this for me, and I promise to be careful. But I'm not going to leave Jess in the lurch if I can do anything to help, especially after what she just did for me.
I understand. I understand. You would not wear that armor if you did not have a heart big enough and strong enough to carry it. Speaking of, you should probably get that repaired before you go. It's got rather a large hole in it.
Yeah, I had a disagreement with a shard of copper in that old mine. Maybe I'll pay Varant a quick visit. Not
An
Varant.
old mine, you say?
Kutnar is what I mean, sorry.
Yes, Kutnar will be able to fix that for you, or he will be able to at least give you some other armor, possibly until that one is fixed. I was not aware there was an old mine in the Stranglethorns. This must have been from many years ago.
Well,
It would be best that you stay out of there for a little while until your stitches are healed.
there's still an old mine path that runs up to it. Godfrey and I and the rest of the gang, we followed it and found that might have been the source of your ghoul problem, or at least a contributing factor, and we have unfinished business with some filth that lives there.
Well, if that is the case, I'm sure everyone here in Brascop will be very comforted to know that you plan to take care of the problem.
But we've got to focus on the problem at hand, which is Giselle's well-being, and to that end, we got to go to the Hag's Mire, right?
Is that what Javoy said last night?
I believe so.
Oh. You're treading one foul place for another.
Alright, well, thank you for the breakfast and the painkillers. Much appreciated.
You are most certainly welcome. No. Shall we enjoy the rest of our muesli? Or are you going to go?
Well, Torlek, being like me, has already finished his muesli, because he's got a voracious appetite as always, even with a slightly damaged stomach. So I'm just going to wait for Godfrey to be ready.
Godfrey's probably barely touched his. He's kind of just sitting, staring listlessly. Not really listening to you two talk.
Godfrey.
When you say his name, he looks at you like he doesn't even recognize you for a second, and then he kind of blinks. You know, yes. What?
You're with us. We need to help Jess.
Okay. Lead on. He just kind of looks confused, like he doesn't really know it. But he's just gonna follow you.
Okay. I'm slightly worried, going to lead the way back to the Golden Stag, I guess, to meet the rest of the party.
Okay. Nice. You can all convene at the Golden Stag after having a comfortable night. And from there, make your way to the north side of the town, to the Ruskai residence. As Teleki said, and Javoy mentioned it as unmissable. Outside the residence, you see, first of all, a menagerie of small animals. There are lambs and goats, rabbits, a whole collection of colourful birds, some of which you've never seen before. The entire thing looks idyllic and like something from a fairy tale. The house is quaint, covered with a green mossy roof, bright, colourful wildflowers cover almost every inch of available wall, and view out of window boxes. And see there's the animals are within a small fenced enclosure. And there is a small female gnome with auburn hair, held very loosely with a white headscarf. You can see the front of her hair fringes wrestle free and it's falling lightly across her forehead as she's kneeling down and playing with some of the younger animals and feeding them dandelion leaves. She looks up to you all and says, "Oh, good mornings. My name is Poyanas. This is our house. How can I help you all?"
I'll give her a friendly smile. Friendly smile.
Because the Godfrey doesn't even
Smiles
know why
back
we're
at
here.
as a brilliant white lamb sort of nuzzles into her stomach. She giggles slightly and says,
Does anyone find this actually highly suspicious because of the way it's different to everything else?
Guard for all
I think we
these
should burn
animals?
this house down, kill her.
Dark, desolate land that we're in.
Yeah. Clearly, she's an evil warlock of some kind.
So she just looks at you all expectantly.
If no one else is saying anything, Jess just kind of steps forward and goes, "Actually, we need your help with a slight problem I've got."
She sort of twists her face up and says, "Is it my help you need, or is it your voice?" And you hear it from behind you, and it's like, "No, it is my help they need, my love." Standing behind you all is the fiery-haired form of Javoy, his green cat-like eyes glowing, studying you all. "I take it you're ready to go, yes? To have everything you need to make a journey of 4 days."
Godfrey.
Whisper at the Torlek. Who's this guy?
I'll explain on the road, Godfrey. Have you got a shit ton of rations still, yeah?
Well, not after you ate most of them. I've still got, let's see. 12 days in total. Well, for one person, so.
Alright.
The math is for that.
We're more or less ready. We just need to stop by the Golden Stag on the way out of town to get some rations, and then we're good.
You could take Victor's rations, says these goods, but Poyanas are the best. She
Hey.
laughs at this. Javoy, should not talk me up in front of the peoples. But yes, I can make you the travel rations if you want. Have plenty left over.
Well, that would be very kind of you, Poyana, if you wouldn't mind, and that will give me a few minutes to just pop and see Kutna about this, and gesture to the big hole in the back of my scale mail.
As you gesture to the hole, you hear it. What makes that hole? That is a big hole. How are you not dead?
Through luck and thanks to these guys, and of course Torlek. But it's a story for the road.
Good. Okay, great. My love, if you wouldn't mind, let's have some of your famous rations. She goes, "Yes, no problems." And she gets up and leaves the lamb that sort of follows it to the edge of the enclosure, and she leaves, closes the gate, and goes into the house, and she's gone a second before she comes back out with bulging bags of dried fruit and nuts and trail rations as jerky meat and all sorts of things. These should keep you well fed and make sure you have all the energies that you need for your journeys. Please takes him. If you're going with my Chevoy, I want you all to be well fed and able to protect yourselves and my love. Chevoy just kind of purrs like a cat. Hopefully we will not need such protection. But it is good to know that you all have strong muscles if we need. And she just sort of offers them out to whoever's going to take them off.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is fair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, so let's go. And you didn't notice it before, but Chevoy now has a very large pack on his back with a rolled bedroll. He seems to be ready to go and moves past you all and gives Poyana like an over-the-top, lingering. It's almost an uncomfortable display of affection. It lasts that long. He sort of dips her backwards as well, like it's in the movies. Brings her back up. Stop kissing and she giggles. Touches his face and goes, right, let us go. We must be quick. We must be quiet. Let's go. And he just sort of struts off past you all, down towards the south gate.
Well. Thank you, Poyana. Just follow him.
Goodbye, sis. Enjoy your trips. I hope you get everything you want, sis. Please come back and see us.
Inside check.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth.
This is hinky. The words is, you mean?
Yeah. Do I still have advantage on that, or did I lose it after a long rest? I'm calling back to a couple of things ago now.
No, your long rest in the town has alleviated that.
Sweet, I'll take that off my sheet.
Okay, so who is rolling the dices? Or who would you like to do
I don't
one
know who
each?
they are. I don't know who they are, and I don't trust them. So I'll give it a go. That's pretty good. It's 18 plus 6. 24.
6. She is one of the most genuine people you've ever met.
And him?
Javoy is mysterious. You get the sense that there's more to him than anyone is letting on. But he seems to be very dedicated in his task and wants to get going as quickly as possible. He's speaking the truth that there is a time limit.
Okay. Well, that relieves my concerns a bit.
Cool.
I'm still suspicious of why he acts like a dog man or something.
With Javoy leading the pack, you guys make... ooh, no. You don't want to be going just yet, do you? You
No,
want
I
to go and
want
see...
armor.
Kutnar!
Kutnar!
So yes, while everyone else is getting ready, you go to see Kutnar. You can hear the ding of hammer on anvil and smell the smoke from the forge as you get close. The huge, muscly form of Kutnar is banging away on what looks to be a savage-looking sword.
I would want to be on the pointy end of that, Kutnar. Good morning.
He turns to you. Aha! Yes, Kutnar make the best swords.
Of that I have no doubt, but how are you with armor? And I'll show him my issue.
That is a hole.
Master
Yes.
of the obvious.
It certainly is, and I would like it to not be. Can you help?
Kutnar can fix, yes. But will take Kutnar 3 days.
Shit.
Kutnar have to do lot of work. reforge, smelt. Lot of work. 3 days. Could not do this for you.
Okay, I appreciate that a lot. First, how much? Second, do you have any other armor I can wear? Because I have to leave Braskov now for a few days.
Yes. To fix. Will cost Kutna 20 to fix. To fix good, 30.
30 gold.
Mm.
Oh, can I roll some sort of check to see if that's steep or? I mean, he's been a straight shooter before, but that seems a lot.
Yeah, roll an inside check on Kutna.
Not many. 7.
Yeah, you get the impression that for 20 it'll be serviceable. For 30 it's gonna be an almost top to bottom refurb on the armor, but he's charging you the going rate.
Well, I have 2 gold and 90 copper, so.
Yeah, our adventures so far have been gold light.
Alright, Kutnar. I don't have time to leave this armor with you. So can I either borrow some armor in its stead, or just buy a piece of metal, like a plate of metal, that I can shove under my armor and strap to myself to cover the hole?
When you say that, Kutnar just sort of puts his hammer down and goes, "What? Kutnar will not do this. That will not work."
Well, I need something between.
Is it chainmail you've got?
It's scale mail.
Kutnar have something you can wear.
Doesn't Jess have mending? Could that not fix it?
It can put things back
Or is it
together,
too
but it
big?
can't create new things. It fixes a
Yeah,
small
if it
issue.
was like torn or something, I could do it, but
Yeah,
this
fair
is
enough.
above my pay grade, unfortunately.
Yeah, mending is like one link in a broken chain, not a new chain. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Right. Kutnar will fix. Torlek will pay Kutnar when Kutnar fix.
Sounds like a good deal to
Until
me.
Kutnar have this. And he goes into his shop, comes out with a
Life
chain
jacket.
shirt that looks about your size.
Okay.
This protect you, so you can come back and pay Kutnar for this. And he points at your armor.
Excellent. Thank you, Kutnar. Very much appreciated. And I will doff my scale mail and don the chain mail, which I believe gives me less AC, right?
Just one less.
One less.
Okay.
As long
Chain
as
shirt.
It's a chain
Oh,
shirt, not a chain mail, yeah.
yeah. Chain shirt 13 plus dex modifier up to a maximum of 2. Fuck! Well, considering my dex mod is -1, that puts my AC at 12. 14 with my shield. Okay. Thank you, Kutnar. I'll leave it with him and then work out how to get 20 gold later.
As you leave it with Kutnar, will look at you and go, "You know Bathlin, yes."
Yes, I do. He's a good man.
Kutnar say as Bathlin say. Break, I buy. No. You break. I do not break Kutnar shirt.
I will do my best, Kutnar. Thank you, sir. And I will very quickly take my leave and try and find the rest of the party because I'm extremely mindful of Jess.
Before we go, I had a big, nice copper spike. Right?
You wanna
Acquired.
fill the hole with it? There we go.
No,
By the right
just-
size.
I brought it with us, you know, as a memento. But my time with that's over now. So I want to speak to Canard about that and just say, hey, old boy, while we're there, found this you might like, and just toss him the spear, the big. I want to call it a spear, spike.
Yeah, it's
I
a
know,
big spike, and he sort of catches it out of mid and goes, "Oh, Laquano, could not like very." He stops. He looks at the spike, and then he looks at Torlek's chain scale mail, and then he puts the spike in the hole and goes, "This fit? Why?"
I'll just point at him and say, no charge, old boy, you have that on me. And,
What is red on spike?
I've already turned around and I've left, man. That's it.
I'm pretending not to hear and following him.
Yeah. Like put it in the hole. This make hole, yes. Why? Why? You hear him drop everything and start hammering on the sword again.
When he
You
said,
can have that.
you break, I buy, you should have just shook his hand and ran off. Like, sweet.
Does that mean the
Deal.
copper spike owns your armor?
It broke, you buy.
Or the copper spike owes us money. Potentially.
Touché.
Copper's always owe me money, man.
Okay, so you all meet up with Javoy, who's waiting by the south gate, sort of tapping.
Javoy!
He's got a large blade of grass hanging out of his mouth now. He's chewing and goes, "Right, let us go. Yes, 5 days. Less. 4 days, half night. Till full moon we have. Then change is bad. We must go now, yes. Come!" And he just sort of saunters off.
Okay. I was gonna ask him. He said he knew somebody who was infected with it, who was able to turn and control themselves. Are we sure it's not him? Because we are running up to that full moon.
Who are you saying it to?
I am saying it to the others, and I don't think he can hear me.
Oh god.
Turns out he has good hearing.
Right.
No, it is not Javoy that has bitten before.
Okay.
So now Javoy knows what you think of Javoy.
Well,
Come.
no, intended. You said that that person could control themselves, but
And he just turns on the spot and like, "You will ask no more about this person.
okay.
His story is a bad one.
Just wanted to be forewarned. That's fine.
Will not worry. Javoy tell you when there is danger. Now come. We must go."
As we start sort of trudging along, I'm going to start sipping one of my Torlek cocktails, and also fill in Godfrey about who this guy is and what we're doing and the Giselle related developments,
Wonderful.
because he was asleep. So
Giselle has still not spoken to him.
Well, Godfrey's not saying much either, to be honest.
Okay, nice one. So, with Javoy at the head of the column, your first day of travel in the Vlata Valley goes much easier than your days of travel in the Stranglethorns. You follow the Vlata River south down from Braskov, with the Stranglethorns looming dark and ominous on the other side of the river to you. As you look east towards the foothills, you can see the large, dark, thick branches of the black oaks. But Javoy leads you down the main road on which Leoquinor and Arwen travelled almost a week ago now, coming to Braskov. Follows the Vlata River through an empty landscape. For the black oaks and the stranglethorns, there is not much in the way of landmarks. Open grassland with very few animals. Javoy doesn't seem to be bothered, nor does he seem to be trying to hide. You're walking quite brazenly down the main road from Braskov to Haverstad. And as you get to where the Vlata River almost doubles back on itself, Javoy will stop you. Now, you've been walking for about 8 hours. And he will turn and he goes, "Okay, so we will have to make camp soon, yes. We do not want to keep going to tire ourselves out. Things lurk in the Black Oaks, and we are getting quite close to them now. It is much quicker to take shortcut through them, past the old watchtower. That will get us to the Hagsmire in time. We take the longer route following the road from here round near Vasseldorf. It will take us another day. And also we run the risk of bumping into those fuckers who live in Vasseldorf. But it is up to you. Javoy can only offer you his insights. You tell me now what you want to do. We take the roads. We take the shortcut past the old watchtower.
Well, he knows the land, I guess.
Roads are nice and what's the difference?
Yeah.
A day.
So the road, he points to the right. He goes, the road is there. It takes us around the foothills, following the river past Vasseldorf and those bandits and thieves that live there. It is dangerous, but not so dangerous as the shortcut through the Black Oaks. And he points directly south from where you're standing. And as you follow his finger, you can see the foothills have sort of curved around as if following the river's bend. And this thick canopy of these dark-leaved trees, the black oaks. And then there's an ever so slight break in the canopy. And then it continues over the foothills. He goes, there is the pass. He points towards the break. It's like a very dark, ominous, looming wood. You can see black-winged birds in the distance flying among the branches. Or he points towards the open road, where there is open grassland either side. In the very far distance, you can see a smaller wood, and then you can see the river's bend curves almost back on itself and disappears off into the distance behind the jutting. What the fuck's that called? The jutting part of land on which the final finger of the Stranglethorn sits on. So it sort of disappears around behind the white tangled mass of the Stranglethorns to the right. So you have open road, or you have dark, ominous woods as shortcut. And it goes that way to the roads is longer by one day. We could run into the thieves and bandits of Vasseldorf. Those fucks! Jevoy do not like them. They are horrible people. They kill travelers. They keep
Yes,
themselves to themselves. But they do not farm the land like we do in Braskov. They steal and they take. They have all heard the whispers there. Bad people live in the Vasseldorf. Or we can go through the Black Oaks, which is the way Jevoy always goes. But then we have the risk of the things that live in the Black Oaks.
By the things that live in the Black Oaks, do you mean the poison fae that Tivana mentioned?
When you say that, they are not poisoned. The Lazaniks and Lazanikas are accursed. The Grokaks, the Shubins and the Indriks. They were once beautiful creatures, but now they are cursed by this land's darkness. They are not poisoned. It is not something that can be cured, or I would have done it already. Still, though, yes, it is where they live. There are many creatures in the Black Oaks that were once proud and beautiful. I remember them well in their prime. But now they are twisted, broken versions of themselves that have only blackness in their hearts. The only mercy is a quick death for them. Jevoy can do no more in the Black Oaks. But I know the way through there past the tower. That way we run the least bit of risk running into one of them. But still the risk is there. Wherever you travel in Westerveld, there is risk. And then he looks at you all. And says, this you should all know well by now.
Well, I think if we're going to trust him to take way into the woods, we might as well trust him with the route he usually goes by.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
I mean,
like
if he can travel it alone, then
But I'm just gonna look at Jess like it's not my call.
Yes, choose our demise.
it's not my shiny eyes.
well, if we don't get this sorted in time, you're gonna have to give us singing lessons. So, I think we go past the watchtower.
This is a good decision. Now, if we go to the watchtower, you must be quick. We must be quiet. Like creatures of the wood themselves. Make no noise, do not be seen. Can you all do this?
Not well.
Oh yeah, your self checks are shit.
Oh God,
Jevoy,
we all smell like leaves.
Oh yeah, and that as well. Yeah.
Jevoy will show you how. Do not worry. You'll be through there before you even know it. But first, he looks around. There, and he points. There's a small dell, about half a mile away from the road. And you can see it's just where sort of the two banks of foothills kind of meet. You can see there's like a thick copse of dark-leaved trees. Because there is a good place to sleep for the night. We should rest there before we go into the Black Oaks. Yes? Or we could push on a bit further. Could possibly make it to the watchtower for midnight. But the things in the Black Oaks can see in the dark, and most of you cannot. Jevoy will do what you tell him. I am here to show you the way and to get you there alive.
traveling by day would be better.
Yeah, it's not like we can have a light with us.
Yeah.
And if without a light, I'm blind.
Me too.
Torlek probably as well.
Yeah, we're already taking a shortcut, so I reckon we stop here.
That's good, yes. Don't worry, we can make fire in the Shubin shade. So you can have hot food for tonight if you wish, but from then on we will be cold camping. Fire draws the dark things. We are in agreement. I take your silence as this, you want to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yep.
Follow Javoy. And he just sort of bounds off, he like sprints off towards the cops. Well ahead of the rest of you.
Good. While he's out of earshot,
Run away.
he said he remembered the creatures in the poison oaks in their prime. Just how old is this thing?
Yeah, how long's it been like the island's been evil?
Yes, no, you found out last time. It's 199 years.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
at least that.
So
Probably
What's
a
the
good
life
deal
like
more.
with a gnome?
Aren't they like a couple hundred years?
Gnomes do live quite a long time, I think.
Yeah, they do.
Small, yeah.
It's been 199 years since the last sunrise in the Islands of the Moon.
Would this forest be one that Owen has hunted in before?
Oh wow.
No, it is not. This is one of those forests that Arwen has heard tales about.
Okay.
Jesus, gnomes live way longer than I thought.
how long do gnomes live?
350 to 500 years.
Wow.
Okay, that's not cause for alarm then. I'm
Yeah,
much
so
less
it's
worried.
Totally normal. We're like,
Yeah.
we should kill him.
Much less worried now. Okay.
Kill this shiny old fucking ancient gnome.
Can I get my eye drops first?
Okay, yeah. This is less suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
not that much less suspicious because he's still pretty suspicious. But you know.
Okay,
Alright.
so you guys follow him over to the copse that he named Shubin Shade. He has almost completely disappeared from sight. And as soon as he hits the trees, you lose sight of him entirely. You can catch up to him. It's going to take you about 5 minutes to get there, to get to the edge of the copse of trees. And as you approach, you can see that the leaves themselves are not black. They're a very deep red purple. And the trunks are a very dark green. So they look black from the horizon. When you get up, they're actually like quite thick, almost beautiful looking, like deep red trees. And under any other circumstance, this would be quite a beautiful little dell that you're in. You can hear the trickling of a stream. And you can hear some excited sort of grunts of exertion and things being dragged about 40 feet into the trees in front of you.
Let's go help. Well, maybe not me because I've, recently been opened, but
I was about
maybe
to say,
someone
you're
else.
on light duties, aren't you?
Yeah.
So as you guys make your way through the copse of trees, you can see movement in front of you. There's a flash of red hair darting about, faster than you would expect a gnome to be able to move. And as you break through the final sort of thick green bushes that are about shoulder height, you break through those into a clearing, and there are 5 tents set up, a campfire about to be lit, and 2 large logs have been pulled over for you to sit on. And Javoy is sort of sitting there, lighting a fire.
Pretty strong, this guy.
And he sparks a flint, and the fire bursts into flame and the dell is illuminated. And as it does so, it picks up these tiny glowing motes in the air. And as you investigate them closely, you see there's some sort of firefly or bug that is reacting to the light. And they begin to dance and twirl just above your heads. Just come, sit, and make yourselves comfortable. Javoy is used to camping. He's very good at it.
Cool.
This is very
Nice little
cozy. Yeah, thank you, Javoy.
Javoy camp here quite often. Every time I had to go to the Hagsmire, I camp here. But I did not want to tell you this. You have to make your own decisions and be responsible for your own fates. But
What
it
is
is
it you do in the Hagsmire?
what is it you do in the world?
Live in it?
Very,
Everybody lives in the world, but what do you do? He stares at you. His one green glowing eye is glowing even brighter now.
I just scratch my beard.
use this way of saying to mind your business.
It does not matter to Javoy if you do not want to speak. That's fine. Javoy will tell you anyway. I heal. I try to heal the Hagsmire. That is a place that is poisoned. That is a place Javoy can work. That is not beyond Javoy's. And he just sort of tails off.
Do you like try
We'll
to heal
save the Hagsmire.
I thought you'd stop for a second. I was going to say, do you try to heal the land or the animals in the Hagsmire or everything?
Try to heal the land around. So he looks at you, bites his tongue. The Hagsmire needs heals. If I heal the land, then the animals and creatures will heal with the land.
Okay.
Though it is a very dark, poisoned place. The Mud King and his whisperers dug into the soil there. It will take many years of work, but Javoy will heal the land. That is what Javoy does in this world.
Sounds
Heal.
like a good course.
Right.
A noble goal.
It is one I think that you share, yes. And he looks to you, Torlek, and goes, and you too as well, yes. Healers.
All we can try and do is leave the world a little bit better than when we found it.
Nah! He points to you and goes, yes, this is it. This is that. Is what Javoy feels in his heart. You must make this a place better, like it used to be. And then he looks around. I have said too much. The trees, they have ears. People are always listening. The Lord of Whispers is always listening. But he will not catch Javoy. And while you are with Javoy, he will not catch you either. This I will promise.
Well, we're glad to have you on our side, and we appreciate very much you helping us help our friend.
I would do it for anyone that had been bitten. As the consequences of letting it rest are too severe. Once it takes hold, it cannot be cured. Once it takes hold, it is very hard to control. This is why we need to get the cure, the quick moon, into you as quickly as we can. You stand the best chance. So, tell Shivoy, where are you from? Why are you here? I'd like to know who I travel with.
I'll do you one better, Javoy, and I'll start like pottering around and getting ready to make some hot food on the fire. Try and just sort of distract him a little bit and say, I promised you the story of what happened to that big hole in the back of my armor. Well, are you ready for a tale?
Tell Shivoy the story.
And
How did you not die? Why did you have a huge hole in your arm?
and I just sort of tell him enjoyable, as exciting as I can make it version of the tale while I make some food to try and distract him from finding out too much about us, because I don't really know this guy.
Do you tell him about Papa?
I tell him about us like fighting ghouls and fighting to rid the Stranglethorns of the ghoul problem, much like he's trying to heal the Black Oaks. We're trying to heal the Stranglethorns. I'll kind of draw that parallel, make him like us,
So as you tell him that, he goes, "It is a noble goal to try and heal the Stranglethorns, but that land is dead. He has killed it. The only way to heal that land now, to take out its heart, twisted, rotten, warped heart, and burn the place to the ground. So you tell me, you fought in the Stranglethorns. You all got hurt in the Stranglethorns. You met the Mist Maiden in the Stranglethorns. You meet Papa.
No, well, being as he knows about Papa, then he gets the full story, sort of thing.
So
Put a hand on my weapon.
Mm-hmm.
you did not kill him.
Not for lack of trying.
That is a shame.
Oh,
He is
God.
once needed to die. Die properly this time.
This time.
He looks around again at the trees, listening. Then he leans close over the fire so the flames illuminate his face from the bottom. And see his eye glows brilliant green. His wicked smile is flickering in the firelight. This time he must die properly.
And how would one do that?
If Shivoy knew that, Shivoy would have killed him properly. He sort of leans back. Tisks his teeth and strokes his chin.
Seems like you might have a story for us.
One that I cannot tell here. Not in entirety. Papa was not always in the Stranglethorns. Papa is from where we are going.
Oh, great.
Oh, lovely.
Great.
Do
Good
you
on you.
know what a hag is?
Is
Mama?
it Mama?
That he
Oh,
goes,
no.
"Ah." Sometimes yes, but for Papa no. There are two powerful hags that live in this hag's mire. It's why it has its name. The people here do not have much imagination for naming things. Not like where's your boy from. But Papa is their child.
Uh,
So
Wait.
kill the baby. Let's
The
go
hag-
meet his parents.
The hags who I thought were women have had a child together. Yes?
Yes. What about this is strange?
I'm just wondering.
They are hags. They deal in the blackest of magic. They heard the whispers that got what they desired. As
Okay.
all do. They got Papa. That's
Well,
spits.
yeah, probably good.
Yes. So they held the whispers. They got given the baby. If you can't call that thing baby.
Certainly not a baby now.
I was in the Hagsmire one day, trying to heal the. He stumbles on a word and then glosses over it with a tisk and looks back at you. Starts doing what I do in the Hagsmire. I came across this mewling pile of flesh with far too many heads. I thought maybe I should kill it there and then, but I remember what my beautiful Koyana would say. Everything deserves at least one chance. So I took the baby. And I brought it back to my Koyana. We tried our best to heal. But it is not a creature made of flesh and blood with a skull like you or me. This thing is created by dark magic, and only dark magic. So we tried to heal, but it was no good. And then the thing grew, changed, killed our animals, changed them into fetch. So we try to kill the baby, this thing, it's Papa, but it escaped. It burned it with fire, but it escaped. We thought we had killed, but no. I tracked him to the Stranglethorns. Back then they were not dead. Land was just poisoned, like the Hagsmire. I was trying to heal it, but I could not find the Papa in the woods. Could not finish him off. I tried for many years. My heart broke when I saw the forest die in front of my eyes, change to the spikes and the thorns. And all of the animals, the precious creatures that lived within, became twisted beings of darkness, hungry for flesh. And now the place is dead. It needs cursed, cured with fire. With that thing. You think when you kill him, if you can kill him, you will rip the black heart out of that woods, and then we can burn it to the ground. The fire will cure the soil, make it fertile again, I'm sure. Javoy has great shame for Papa. Is one job Javoy left undone.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. You tried to help something that you thought was innocent. There's nothing wrong with that.
He stares into the fire. And he lifts his eye patch up over his right eye. And you can see where his eye should be, there is just a large, shiny black gem sunk into his socket. It glints in the firelight. He took this from me. That bastard Papa. He points his eye. So, I have a personal score to settle with him. I will come with you next time. And he puts the eye patch down. I will deal no more talk about it. I will come with you next time. We will kill that fuck. First, we will make sure that you do not change into something. So, do you want to speak any more, or shall we go to sleep? Your voice is tired. You do not speak this much normally.
I have one question. Did
Yeah.
he name himself Papa? Cause
Ah,
okay, I'm done talking. now.
all of the creatures that he killed and turned, he calls them his babies. Ugh. His babies. They're not babies, they're not children, they are dead. They are things of death. Ugh. It leaves a bad taste in Javoy's mouth. I do not like this.
I know it may be distasteful to talk about Chavoy. And I'm just gonna kind of nervously double take over at Jess. This is necromantic magic. Do you know what extent his powers run to? Because
I think you already know. You've been into the Stranglethorns, yes. This we know. Did you see ghouls before you went in there?
Many ghouls.
But did you see them before you went into the Stranglethorns?
No, first time ghoul for me.
Mhm.
First time a ghoul.
Not the first time I've seen them.
You've seen different type of ghouls.
Okay. I was gonna say I've seen them. in the
They were feral ghouls that were in the Stranglethorns. You've seen actual ghouls.
Ah.
Came as far as the tree line when we were leaving, which was quite far, we thought, at the time. Didn't they? Like they came right up to like the edge and watched it.
Yeah.
The-
Right.
The reason I'm asking Chavoy is because we saw him turning live people.
Ah, that fuck.
But what about a dead person?
Dead person is already dead. He cannot return the dead person. He has to take the life from them and warp it, twist it, kill it.
At that, like, big kind of relaxation in my body language, because I've clearly been very worried about Sindri.
Yeah, Jess has put two and two together as you're saying it, and then kind of gone from realizing this is a possibility to realizing it's not a possibility in about 10 seconds. And
On a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Papa's reach is everything that is dead, everywhere the black soil reaches, and the dead trees are, the spines and the thorns. Papa, he holds filthy dominion over all of it, but not outside. His ghouls cannot leave the woods. He cannot leave. He is trapped in his own prison, though it seems to get bigger every year.
Well, after we sort out this little issue with Giselle, we'll make sure it changes from a prison to a tomb.
This I like, yes. We'll do this. Kill all of the dead things.
we'll burn those Stranglethorns to the ground.
Damn straight. We will do this. Set the entire hillside on fire. Watch it cure the lands. It will be a damn good message to the fucking Mud King on his throne of shit.
People usually call him the Mud King.
No. Everyone is too scared to use that name around here. But Javoy, he know that all that fuck is king of is a pile of rotten mud. He is no lord of whispers. He is king of mud and shit and death.
Doesn't say much for us that live in it.
Well, thank you for allaying my fears, Javoy. I think it's time for me to get some rest because I ache. And then I'll just sort of lie down on my side a little bit.
Nah. Use the tents, Javoy. Put them up for you also. You can be comfortable. Javoy will watch. You can all sleep. Then you will all sleep. Javoy will watch. It is good. This is how it should be.
Thank you, Javoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you gonna go happily to bed, Godfrey?
I'm just gonna sit and stare into the fire for a bit.
As you do that, you can see Javoy sort of gets up and starts to prowl around the outskirts of the camp. You hear him purring and then from out of nowhere. If you stare into that too long, you will not be able to see anything in the dark. And then he just
Already
moves away into the
constipated.
shadows behind you.
After a while, I'll just go into one of the tents.
Okay. So in the beautiful, peaceful Shubin Shade glade, you crawl into the expertly put up tents. Inside you find very comfortable fleece sleeping rolls. The sounds of the trickling stream, the melodic buzz of the firebugs drifting around the fire soothes you all into an easy slumber. Rest your tired feet and legs.
You know that guy that Jay-Z always raps about? It's your boy!
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, fuck you, Adam. That's not going in the video.
You know all the best rap videos. It's your boy!
Javoy leading your pack. Oh my god. Down in the Microsoft Edge. Fuck right off. No one uses you.
Nobody likes you, Microsoft Edge.